What is up, everybody? My name is Frank. I'm a licensed counselor, and in this video, I'm going to talk about loss. When we lose things in our life, we naturally feel unstable. Things that we have identified with, be it jobs, vehicles, other people, anything, homes. When we go through loss, a part of who we are, or a part of who we thought we were, disappears from reality as we know it. Maybe you got laid off. Maybe your car had to be towed away for the last time. What we should realize about loss is that it's a part of change. And change doesn't begin here on earth. It begins in, let's say, the spiritual realms, the so-called higher planes of reality where existence is more fine-tuned. It's not as dense and coarse and full of friction and inertia like it is on earth. On the more subtle planes of reality, these areas of our cosmos, this is where things start. And here on earth, this is the land of results. This is where everything comes into manifestation. So what you're experiencing right now, it's already on its way out, basically. It's already manifested, and it's already on its way towards entropy and destruction. And it's all going to fade. Earth is where everything manifests. All of the changes which take place and originate in the vast beyond finally reach fruition here on Earth. And so when we lose things, what that means is that something has already changed in a spiritual way on the higher dimensions. Something has already changed, and that change is just finally rippling and cascading into our conscious three-dimensional awareness. So whatever you lost, you already lost it a while ago. It's just finally now manifesting. It sounds kind of grim, but you have basically two options. You can face the loss with despair, or you can face it with optimism. If you face loss with despair, you are basically leaning into a negative timeline where the changes that are taking place in your life result in even more destruction and entropy. However, if you take that moment of chaos in your life and lean into optimism, you will magnetize surprises for yourself, and I dare say miracles. When we are in the process of losing something, you could say that that's chaos because things are unpredictable. You don't know where your next paycheck is going to come from. You don't know how you're going to get to work. You don't know where you're going to live, what your future is going to look like. It's unpredictable. It's ever-changing. That's chaos. Chaos is destructive, and when things get destroyed, we lose stuff. But chaos is also, when it comes around, it represents a critical point in your life where you have to make a decision. Let's say, put it this way, you get to make a decision. To lean into fear or love. And whichever way your heart leans is which timeline you're going to shift into. Now, in reality, you're really shifting timelines in every single second, every moment. You're magnetizing different timelines based on the orientation of your heart, the orientation of your whole being. If you are predominantly fearful on the inside, you're going to continue to attract more and more things to be afraid of. And you're just going to streamline into a world of fear. But remember that chaos is also opportunity. And so if you stay optimistic, hopeful, and even excited, maybe even relieved that you lost something, if you can reframe it like and you realize that it's not serving you anymore, that helps you to be optimistic. If that's your core internal vibration during times of loss, you're going to magnetize more things to be hopeful for, more things to be optimistic about, more things to be excited about. Basically, are you going to grieve forever? Or are you going to take this loss as a shedding of old skin? Basically, when you lose something, that's the universe telling you that better things are on their way, if only you will receive them. Let things go. If the universe wants to take something away from you, let it go. There's not a whole lot you can do about it anyway. If things are obviously on their way out, learn how to let them go. And learn how to embrace what's coming next. This is change. And change is a glorious gift from the universe. Homogeneity is torment, and change is liberation. So we should appreciate the beautiful things that we have and be grateful for everything in our life. And when it's time to say goodbye, we let them go, because something else is on its way. And then when it comes through, we'll appreciate that just as much. Probably we'll appreciate it more, because if we're getting wiser, we learn to appreciate things more as we grow. We learn to not take things for granted as much. And to the point where you take nothing for granted and everything is a miracle and life is just a perfect, cherished thing. So embrace change and let loss happen. Let go and let God. You're taken care of. The universe wants to nourish you. When something is leaving your life, you have to believe that a better thing is coming your way. Even if you have no idea what it is, you're probably not going to have any idea. And you're probably not going to know how things will turn out. And that's part of the game. That's the fun, that you don't know. If you knew, it probably wouldn't be worth it. Okay? The surprise would be ruined. So prepare yourself for surprises. And remember, they want to reach you, the surprises, the gifts, the nourishment, but you need to attract them. You need to have that right internal vibration. Okay? And you already know what it is. You already know what it feels like to have the correct, pure, loving vibration on the inside. You know what it feels like, even if you can't say it in words. Okay? So, let's choose freedom. Let's choose love. And until next time, everybody, peace out.